Hello everyone, welcome to Warhammer. Today we're going to be doing a faction pack for Sylvaneth. Traditionally a pretty weak faction, but we'll see if they've changed at all. Battle traits, we've already looked at this in shorts, but if you would like to take another look, you can pause it here, or you didn't see my short. Battle formations, we've got Lord of the Clan, you've got Healing Song, and you're using Endless Growth, heal Sylvaneth monsters 3 instead of D3. Lacerating Strike, add 1 to the rend for Sylvaneth non-Karna infantry units that charge on the same turn. The Terror in the Eve, subtract 3 from the control scores of enemy units in combat with friendly Sylvaneth units. Or Free Spirits, once per turn in your charge phase. You pick a friendly Sylvaneth cavalry, they can use charge even if they ran. Uh, I think this or this is going to be the best one, followed by this, and I think this is the worst, personally. Heroic traits, when your opponent declared a spell or prayer, you've got Radiant Spirit. If the unit is wholly within 12 inches of a friendly Sylvaneth unit picked to be the target of that spell or prayer, roll dice on a 3-up, ignore the effect of that spell or prayer on the unit. They can use this ability more than once per phase, but only once per spell or prayer. Really powerful ability there. Warsinger, in your movement phase, you pick a friendly Sylvaneth unit wholly within 12, add 2 to the move. Okay. Not bad. And then Spellsinger, while it's within combat range of an Awakened Wildwoods, if it's a wizard, add 1 to the casting rolls. If it's not a wizard, it becomes a wizard. So that's pretty powerful as well, depending on the spells available. Artifacts of Power, you've got Seed of Rebirth. If this unit would be destroyed before removing it from play, on a 3-up, it's not restored. Any remaining damage points have no effect. Then you heal 1. Can only do this once per battle. Pretty powerful. Greenwood Gladius, pick an enemy unit in combat, roll a d3 on a 2-up, inflict an amount of mortal damage on the target equal to the roll. Pretty standard there. Then a Crown of Fell Bowers, pick an enemy unit in combat, roll a dice on a 3-up, add 1 to the wound rolls for combat attacks made by friendly Sylvaneth units that target the enemy unit this phase. Okay. I think Seed of Rebirth is really good. Greenwood Gladius is alright. Crown of Fell Bowers is not bad. But is a little bit more situational. Spell lore, you've got Tree Song, casting value of 6. If there are fewer than 3 friendly Awakened Wildwoods on the battlefield, you can set up an Awakened Wildwood wholly within 18 of the caster, more than 3 from all enemy units. Objectives and terrain features, if there's already 3 Awakened Wildwoods, heal 3 to each one. Really powerful, unlimited spells, so you can get those Wildwoods out pretty quickly and keep them up. Wrathful Spirits, pick a friendly Sylvaneth wizard to cast a spell. Pick a friendly Awakened Wildwood wholly within 18. Until the start of your next turn, add 1 other rend characteristic of melee weapons used by friendly Sylvaneth units while they're wholly within 6 inches of the target. Alright, next gives you another buff from your Awakened Wildwoods. The Dwellers Below, pick visible enemy units that's either within 12 of the unit or within 6 of an Awakened Wildwood. Roll number of dice equal to the number of models. For each 5-up, inflict 1 mortal damage. So some pretty cool spells. You've of course got your manifestation lore, 7 for the hive, 7 for the glade worm, and 7 for the skull root. The hive goes within 9 of the caster, more than 3 from enemies. Glade worm is within 9 of the caster, more than 9 from enemies. Vengeful skull root within 9 of the caster, more than 9 from enemy units. Okay. Alariel, we've already gone over her war scroll. She's pretty damaging. Um, she's not she's tanky, but compared to some monstrous characters, her ward is pretty holds her back a little bit, only having a 6-up ward. Lady of Vines has some interesting abilities. Passive, this unit counts as an Awakened Wildwood for the purposes of Endless Growth, Walk the Hidden Path, and Strike and Phase, so you can teleport units to her. In your hero phase, aspect of the spell aspect of the Everqueen, make casting roll, and friendly Sylvaneth units have a ward of 5 up, wholly within 12 inches of that unit. That's a really powerful spell. Writhing Vines, once per turn in any combat phase. Pick an enemy unit in combat. Uh, Roll a dice on a 2-up, pick one of the following effects. Either Barrier, subtract 1 from hit rolls for the target's attacks, or Ensnare, add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made by friendly units that target that enemy unit. So it seems like bunching together is kind of the theme of this army. Drycha Hamadryad. You've got your Flutterfly, a swarm of Squirmlings. Mercurial aspect, pick one of the following effects. Enraged, you add 10 to Flitterflies, or Embittered, add 10 to the Squirmlings. Flitterflies has shoot in combat, so that's nice. And then it seems to be a very anti-infantry character. Primal Terror, pick an enemy unit in combat. On a 2-up, have their control score rounding up for the rest of the turn. Really powerful ability. Then the Song of Spite, casting value of 6. Pick a enemy infantry unit wholly within 12. The following effects apply for the rest of the turn. Add 1 to hit rolls for combat attacks made by friendly Sylvaneth units that target that enemy unit. In addition, add 1 to wound rolls for combat attacks made by friendly Spite Revenants and the Twist Wield units that target that unit. Pretty interesting. Belthanos, kind of a monstrous character. Rhythm of the Chase, once per turn in any combat phase, pick an enemy unit. On a roll d3 on a 2-up, inflict an amount of mortal damage equal to the roll. You can then remove this unit from the battlefield, set it up on the battlefield within an inch. Sorry for my dog, 1 second. Alright, Nature Etheric, you pick a terrain feature within 6 inches of the target once per battle. For the rest of the battle, the target gains place of power and counts as a wildwood for the purposes of inlet growth, walk the hidden path, strike, and fade. So basically, you get some more teleport options with him. And then in charge phase, the Kurnothi Warhorn, pick up to 3 friendly Sylvaneth units. Each target can use charge even if they run. So really mobile character. Can do some good damage as well. The Warsong Revenant, you've got Alariel's Song. Friendly Sylvaneth units have a ward of 6 up, wholly within 12 inches of this unit. Subtract 1 from ward rolls for enemy units while they're wholly within 12 inches of this unit. So pretty effective character. Unleash a Swarm of Spites, casting out of 7. Pick a friendly Awakened Wildwood wholly within 18. Pick up to 3 visible units within 9 of the terrain feature. And roll d. Sorry about that. Unleash Swarm of Spites. Pick up to 3 visible units within 9 inches of the Awakened Wildwood. Roll d3 for each target on a 2-up, inflict an amount of mortal damage on the target equal to the roll. Wildwood Revenants, add 1 to Unbinding rolls and Banishment rolls for this unit while it's wholly within 6 inches of an Awakened Wildwood. The Arch Revenant, Crescent Shield, pick one of the following effects in the combat phase. They get a ward of 4 up. Note it is in the combat phase, so he'll be weak to shooting. Or Aggressive Stance, add 1 to the attacks of its melee weapons and add 1 to wound for its combat attacks. You're probably going to get a Defensive Stance. 4 board's pretty good. Champion of Kurnoth, add 1 to wound rolls for friendly Kurnoth units wholly within 12. So that makes Kurnoth a little bit better. They're not great. Sneak peek. Spirit of Durthu, really damaging character with 4 attacks, 3 up, 2 up, rends 2, 5 damage. Once per turn in any combat phase, you get Titanic Duel, pick an enemy monster. On a 3 up, subtract 1 from the attack characteristic of their melee weapons. Then there's Wrathful Guardian, add 1 to the hit rolls for this unit's combat attacks while the target is within 3 inches of an Awakened Wildwood. So can play around with the Awakened Wildwoods there. Regular Tree Lord, you've got Lash and Tangle. In any combat phase, pick an enemy unit in combat. On a 3 up, subtract 1 from wound rolls for the rest of the turn. Or Entangling Grasp, in any shooting phase, pick an enemy unit that has had any damage allocated by the Strangle Roots. Roll dice on a 3 up. They cannot use run or retreat moves until your next turn. Start of your next turn. Tree Lord Ancient, you pick an enemy unit in combat. On a 4-up, they get strike last, and then once per turn, you've got Awakening the Wood. Pick a visible friendly Awaken Wildwood wholly within 18. On do D3 on a 2-up, inflict an amount of mortal damage equal to the roll on each enemy unit within the target's combat range. So you're really making enemies not want to go by Awakened Wildwoods. Branch Witch, Fury of the Forest, once per turn, any given combat phase. If this unit is wholly within 6 inches of any friendly Awakened Wildwoods, pick a friendly Sylvaneth unit wholly within 12 inches of this unit to be the target. Roll a dice on a 3-up, the target gets strikes first. Gothamid Archers, you've got coherency range of 2, Zephyr Sprites in once per turn in any shooting phase. If this unit used a shoot ability this phase, this unit can move d6. It cannot move into combat during any part of that move. Twist Wield, the Eruption of Thorned Vines. If this unit is more than 6 from all other Sylvaneth units, pick an enemy unit within 12. Subtract a d3 from charge rolls for the target for the rest of the turn. Really weird unit, to be fair, considering the rest of the stuff seems like it wants to stay pretty close together, but could be useful, maybe. Spite Rider Lancers, they have a coherency range of 2. Thrumming with Life, at the end of any turn, you heal 3 to this unit. And then in any combat phase, sent to the Spite Riders. If they charge, roll a dice. On a 3-up, they get strike first. So pretty powerful there. Does some good damage on the charge. Then you've got the Revenant Seekers, which are more able to sustain in combat. They also get a coherency range of 2. Harvesters of the Lementarii. Each time a friendly unit wholly within 12 of any Revenant Seekers uses the rally, you can make 3 additional rally rolls. And Thrumming with Life, at the end of any turn, you heal 3. So really good sustain character or unit. Kurnoth Hunters with Great Swords, because you can get some crit mortals. While they're contesting an objective, friendly Sylvaneth units contesting that objective get a ward of 6 up. Then Trample Underfoot. If this unit charges this turn, pick an enemy unit that is in combat with this unit to be the target. Roll dice for each model in this unit for each 3-up and inflict a mortal damage. The Scythes get some anti-charge abilities. They've got the same envoys of the Everqueen, and they have Tanglethorn Picket as well. Very similar. Less attacks, but higher damage attacks. I think the Scythes are the best statistically, but the Kurnoth Hunters can spike their mortals. The bows are arguably one of the worst, but are anti-hero shootings, which won't be too effective if they can't actually shoot the minor infantry characters, but I guess they can hurt monstrous characters. But they ignored the guarded hero ability. That's right. So really good against heroes, can snipe those foot characters. Dryads, your basic infantry. Nothing too special, but subtract 1 from hit rolls and wound rolls for attacks that target this unit while it's wholly within 6 inches of Awakened Wildwoods. Tree Revenants, you've got Waypiper's Dance. If the unit is not in combat, remove it from the battlefield, set it up anywhere on the battlefield, more than 9 from enemy units. Really versatile moving unit, objective grabbing. Spite Revenants, pick an enemy infantry unit in combat, roll a dice. On a 3-up, they cannot use commands. Lots of attacks on this guy and crit mortals, so really interesting unit for sure. You've got Glade Worm, 6 attacks, 4-up, 2-up, run 1d3 damage, anti-wizard. Ward of 6-up, 7 health, 4-up save. You can bury below. If it's not in combat, remove it from the battlefield, set it up on the battlefield more than 9 from all enemy non-wizard units and more than 3 from all enemy wizards. So really good wizard hunter. At the end of the turn, you can feed on Eldritch Energy, pick an enemy wizard in combat. Subtract 1 from casting rolls, unbinding rolls, and banishment rolls. Vengeful Skull Root, 8 health, 4-up save. Lumbering Bolt, 3 attacks, 4-up, 2-up, rend 1d3 damage. Pick an enemy unit within 3 inches, subtract an amount from the target's control score equal to the number of friendly units that have been destroyed this battle, not including manifestations or faction terrains, but it's got a controls. That's interesting for sure. Control modifier. Spite Swarm Hive. 7 health, 6 up save, 6 up ward. Pick a visible friendly Sylvaneth unit within 3. On a 2 up, you add 1 to run and charge, or they gain a ward of 6 up. Awakened Wildwood. They can block line of sight. And Sylvaneth are not blocked. 8 wounds, 4 up save. And then once per turn for your army unit in combat phase, you pick each enemy unit within the terrain feature's combat range, roll a dice on a 4 up, inflict d3 mortal damage on the target. So for Spearhead, you've got a Tree Lord, 3 Kurnoth Hunters, and 5 Tree Revenants, and a Branch Witch as your leader. Battle traits, you've got Ley Lines or Strike and Fade. Ley Lines is heal 1 each friendly unit that is within 3 inches of any terrain feature, or Strike and Fade. Pick a friendly unit that used a fight ability is within 3 of any terrain features, then roll a dice, and a 2 up, set it on the battlefield. Set it up so that each model is within 3 inches of any terrain features and more than 6 from enemy units. Pretty useful. Pick 1 regiment ability. Vengeful Spears of the Realms. Pick an enemy unit that's contesting objective. And then 4 up, inflict d3 mortal damage on the enemy unit. Or once per turn, your movement phase, Walkers of the Hidden Path. Pick a friendly unit that's within 3 of terrain features not in combat. Remove it from the battlefield and set up more than 6 from all enemy units. They cannot use move for the rest of the phase. Enhancements. Your general gets 1 of these. You get regrowth. You make a casting roll of 2d6 on a 5 up heal d6 to the target. So target within 18. Tree Song. Pick a visible friendly unit wholly within 12. And casting roll of 2d6 on a 7 plus. Add 1 to the rend of their melee weapons. You got passive Gnarled Warrior. Ignore negative modifiers for save rolls. Or Seed of Rebirth if your general would be destroyed before removing them from play. And the 3 up, they're not destroyed. Basically the same as it was above. Okay, so thoughts, and then here's the uh, uh, War Scrolls. So it seems like you can bring these guys back too, which is good. They get their alt ability, either add 1 to hit or add 1 to save. All in all, I think they are improved from the old edition. I think they will be better. Do I think they'll be competitive? I'm not sure. Also, I know I said that the battle report would come out today. It's going to take longer because I'm actually going to edit that one a little bit more instead of just popping it out because the video quality is not great. So I want to have something that makes it a better quality. And editing, even if the camera skills were poor. We'll be working on that. Let me know if you want to see more battle reports. Hoping to get it out by the end of the week, but it's going to depend on if my friend actually wants to edit or if I'm going to need to edit it as well. Busy life. This is not my main job. Let me know what you think about this faction, however. I think Kurnoth Hunters are not that great in any of their forms. I am interested to see these Lancers, see if they do anything. I think you can make the Spite Revenants really, really interesting with Drycha and uh, buffing these guys. Could be really interesting. I think they need to be in a bigger unit to be successful, but we'll see because they are in units of 5. But anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what units you're most interested in. I'm sorry for the dogs. I'll have to edit this a little bit more than I was planning to, but I'll see you in the next episode, which will be going over the Stormcast Eternals, hopefully in one episode. But anyways, I will see you later.